The fire is out and the smoke has cleared. Today we are getting a better look at what burned in Thornton yesterday and what was lost. That fire burned just feet from a high school and homes on 84th and Huron. The fire quickly spread because of the strong wind at the time. It led to evacuations and I-25 to close because of all of that smoke. Now one business owner is realizing what he lost, to the tune of nearly 150 vehicles. Thornton Fire is still trying to figure out what caused that fire. In the meantime, we appreciate you joining us. I'm Phil Lipoff.
I'm Kim Christensen. Today, we're checking hot spots. They were out there making sure the fire didn't flare up again. 9 News reporter Jeremy Hohola covered this breaking news for us yesterday, and he's back in Thornton today. Jeremy, one small business owner really lost a lot in this one.
Yeah, that's right, Kim. While the chaos of yesterday has certainly calmed down, and now that the smoke has cleared out of this corner of the metro area, for one business owner, there is heartbreak. For Roll Race Motorsports, he had to watch his business burn up.
It's been really hard to come here this morning and kind of put eyes on it with a clear head, because last night was crazy. It's all gone now.
Jason Roll has dedicated his life to fixing up dream cars for his customers. But after yesterday's fire, life has turned into a field of burned and mangled nightmares. He's bracing for the dozens of calls he'll have to make to clients.
Quite overwhelmed. I did an initial count. Looks like we have about 148 cars that were lost. A lot of the cars, as you can tell, are hard to recognize now.
Some cars were used for parts, others were works in progress. Wednesday's fire that erupted down the road and spread fast hit his lot. Jason couldn't stop the flames with the hose.
My brother's turning the faucet on while I'm spraying what I thought I could possibly quell down. I was getting blasted with smoke and debris, and very hard to breathe. It was blocking out the light, and he said, "Dude, we have to go now," and then we just ran away.
24 hours later, Jason is trying to figure out next steps to get his business back in order. He's hoping an online fundraiser will help make things right with customers.
We just put together a page last night. I want to help anybody who's put their car in in my care, just because obviously I never expected something like this to happen.
The Thornton Fire Department still believes the fire started next to Pinnacle High School, which spread fast thanks to high winds. The cause is still being investigated.
I'm surprised it didn't take the whole lot.
And Jason, who restores cars for a living, will have to figure out how to restore his own dream.
It's not a junkyard. A lot of these cars are like people's dream cars that they were trying to bring back to life, and everything's gone. In the meantime, as this investigation continues, 3 firefighters and 1 person were slightly injured in yesterday's fire. The city will not go into detail about what those injuries are, but a spokesperson says they're going to be just fine. Thankfully, nobody was killed in this fire. We're live in Thornton. Jeremy Hohola, 9 News.
Thankfully indeed. Jeremy, thank you. It is another day of fire weather warnings here in Colorado. Warm temperatures yet again, high wind yet again continue as Denver is set to end February without any meaningful snowfall.
And that picture is really beautiful, but it's so dry it doesn't say everything. Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin is joining us now, and it's that wind.
It is.
It's a really big problem with the fire danger.
And we're going to be dealing with these conditions for a while longer, so we just all need to be prepared and be vigilant and be careful. The snow in the high country, such a glorious blessing, is coming to an end. Skies are clearing statewide, and as Kim mentioned, it's really pretty outside and comfortable, but the wind has been not as gusty as yesterday, but still a part of that critical fire weather scenario. And earlier today, creating areas of blowing snow on I-70 after many of your favorite resorts saw an additional 6 to 8 inches of snow in the past 2 days. So some good news there. Temperatures trending above average again in the 60s and 70s today. We're going to go warmer tomorrow. It's not a calm afternoon, but the winds are a bit lighter out of the northwest. And so the fire weather watch canceled. Tomorrow, we're going back under the fire weather warning as winds and temperatures increase. Not much to show you on radar. The snow is coming to an end, unfortunately. We have a calmer evening in Denver. Temperatures in the 60s now, dropping into the 40s by 11 o'clock. Coming up, you guys are going to love this. For the first week of March, our snowiest month on average, I have rain in the forecast for Denver and a second storm on the radar now for a possible rain-snow mix. Oh yes, changes in the extended forecast. I'll have the details.
Thanks, Kathy. A family in Thornton is still searching for answers after a couple was killed inside their home in Thornton 1 year ago. Chad and Kendra Anderson were found dead inside their home on Columbine Street. Thornton police say both had been shot and their home was intentionally set on fire in an apparent attempt to hide the crime. The couple's 2 dogs died in that fire as well. Their family shared a statement that reads in part, quote, "We honor them by loving fiercely, by holding our families close, by living our faith boldly, and by choosing joy whenever we can. Kendra and Chad will always be missed, they will always be loved, and they will never be forgotten." Metro Denver Crime Stoppers is offering a $12,000 reward for any information on that case.
Denver Mayor Mike Johnson says he will sign an executive order that bans federal immigration agents from city property and directs local police to protect peaceful protesters near ICE operations. The order also directs law enforcement to detain any ICE officer observed using excessive force and remove that officer from the situation. Trump administration's aggressive immigration crackdown has seen thousands of federal officers move into large cities. The surge has led to the killing of 2 U.S. citizens, Renee Good and Alex Prairie, in Minneapolis. Both have ties to Colorado. Johnson said the order is in response to people's questions about what would happen if that operation came to Denver.
I think we have people that are afraid, that are nervous, and our job as city leaders is to answer those questions to the best of our ability with the powers we have to keep them safe. And so that is our first and only priority.
Right. The big question here now, though, is enforcement. So far, federal agencies have pushed back on local restrictions like this in other cities. We'll have more on Johnson's announcement and when and how it could be enforced coming up tonight at 6.
A new report is warning of the potential economic impacts to Colorado with Palantir's departure to Florida. Palantir is one of Colorado's most valuable publicly traded firms. Last week, the company announced it's moving its headquarters to the Miami area after 5 years in Denver. According to a report from conservative think tank Common Sense Institute, Colorado's economic output could fall by $178 million if Palantir relocates 90 workers. Democratic Governor Jared Polis believes more than 500 are based in the state, but the actual number, it's unclear. The company has faced criticism because of its military contracts and reports that it was also using AI software to help ICE with deportations.
Lakewood has established the first phase of an energy benchmarking program to track energy usage of the largest buildings in the city. It's all an effort to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And according to our partners at the Denver Business Journal, City Council approved the first phase of this program last week. It will establish the initial energy benchmarking program. It will require owners of hundreds of properties to annually track the report of energy use in their buildings. Buildings subject to the program include public, commercial, and multifamily buildings that share water, heat, and cooling systems. The city anticipates $4.5 million in savings on utilities each year and a 2% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions.
The Trump administration has ended protections for a rare dancing prairie bird found in Colorado. U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service formalized a recent court ruling to remove the bird from the Endangered Species Act protections. The administration agreed with arguments by 3 states and the beef and petroleum industries that the species was listed improperly. The protections required the energy industry and ranchers to take steps to avoid disrupting the bird's habitats. Agriculture development has shrunk their population to about 30,000 across several states. The birds are often found here in Colorado on the Eastern Plains.